Bismillah Rahman Rahim. Welcome back, friends. Welcome to another video lecture by Kame Biology. In this video lecture, we are going to talk about gluten. Okay, so obviously this is the video lecture regarding with the celiac disease. Okay, in the previous video lecture, if you remember, we talked about the introduction of the celiac disease. Okay, now and in this video, we are going to talk about gluten. Now, what is gluten? Gluten is actually it is a general name for the protein, and those protein which are usually found in the wheat. Okay, so what is gluten? Now the first point says that gluten helps food maintain their shape, acting as a glue that hold the food together. So it is a kind of molecules, it is a kinds of substance that are specially responsible to maintain the shape of the food, because it is acting as a glue, and it is also responsible to hold what? To hold the food together. Okay, now the second point says that gluten consists of two proteins. Okay, the first protein we called it glutenin, and the second protein we called it gliadinin. Glutenin is actually a fibers, and gliadin is actually a peptides. Okay, then the next point says that gluten can cause different types of the diseases. Okay, the first disease, they can cause celiac disease. Okay, so here we are going to fully focus on a celiac disease. The second disease, they can cause grains allergies. What actually happen in the grains allergies, when we eat the grains or when the grains is taken in our diet, so then there will be antibodies activated, due to which these antibody will start degrading the grains. Okay, and then we have another disease which is caused by the gluten. We call that gluten tolerance. What actually happen in gluten tolerance, the body will not have the ability to tolerate the gluten. Okay, so these are the three diseases which are caused by the gluten, means when we take the gluten in our food. Okay, so here what we are going to talk about, we are specially focusing to these celiac diseases. Now in this slide I will show you special diagrams which contain gluten, and means those diagrams, those food items which contain gluten, and those food items which can cause the celiac diseases. Okay, so the first means gluten food, we call that split, Kame, hard red, spring wheat. Okay, these kind of food can cause what? These are the gluten food, and they can cause celiac disease. Now the next food which contain gluten, we call that durums. Okay, next we have another diagram, we call that emer. Emer can also cause what? Emer can also cause celiac disease, because they also contain gluten. Now we have another diagram, we call that farnia. Okay, so this powder called what? This powder called farnia, and farnia can also cause celiac diseases. Then we have another diagram, we call that faro. Faro means these are called what? These are called faro. Faro also contain gluten food, and it also cause a disease in a children, means celiac disease in a children. Then we have wheat, means these powders present what? This powder present that it is a wheat food. It has also contain the gluten food as well. This is the diagram of what? This is the diagram of semolina. Okay, so semolina is that food which contain gluten and cause celiac disease in children. Then we have another diagram which we call that wheat barriers. Okay, so this is what? This is the wheat barriers. It also contain gluten. Okay, it also contain gluten and cause celiac disease in children. Now this is another diagrams, and we call that what? We call that triticale. Now triticale is a gluten food. It is also a gluten food. Okay, then we have another diagram, we call that ray. Okay, these black seeds are called ray, and ray also contain gluten food. Now this is another gluten food that can cause celiac disease, and we call that what? We call that oat. Okay, so all these are what? All these are the gluten contained food. And when the children at the age of 6 months, or at the age of 6 months to the age of 4 years, when such children eat this kind of the food, so then means such food contain gluten, so then there will be a chances, means 70 or 80% chances of the celiac diseases. Okay, inshallah in the next video lecture we are going to talk about sign and symptom of the celiac disease in a detail. So please stay tuned and continue to watch the rest of the video. Thank you so much.